So how do you tell if you have heavy metal toxicity without any tests? Hi, my name is Selena from Wholeness Campaign. I've recovered from IBS, parasitic infection, Lyme's disease, asthma, allergies, heavy metal toxicity, and a host of neurological symptoms associated with multiple concussions. And it's my passion to help you use food as medicine to heal your gut and recover from chronic symptoms naturally. Now, I'm going to list off a bunch of symptoms, a criteria for really understanding heavy metal toxicity, but I want you to know that accumulation of each specific heavy metal is associated with different symptoms. So I'm not going to narrow in on each exact heavy metal and what that causes. I just want you to be able to decode in your body what heavy metal toxicity looks like so that you can know whether or not that's something that you're struggling with. If you saw my last video, I made a bold claim that I don't think that the hair tissue mineral analysis is a helpful way for actually diagnosing heavy metal toxicity, and I explain all of why in that video. But the goal of this video is to actually give you that criteria that I talked about in the last video so that you can start to decode these symptoms for yourself. And at the end, I'm going to share the number one thing that you should do if you do have these signs and symptoms for resolving this heavy metal toxicity naturally, getting your body to actually be doing the work for you. That's the goal. So let's jump in. Number one is pathogenic overgrowth, whether that shows up as candida overgrowth, SIBO overgrowth. Really, it's probably a broad range of bacterial overgrowth. But if you're showing symptoms like diarrhea, constipation, you got diagnosed with SIBO or candida overgrowth, maybe you have IBS-like symptoms that doctors can't explain, that's actually often a really good indicator that you have heavy metal toxicity, because pathogens and metals are like best friends. Pathogens will actually overgrow in order to compensate for heavy metal toxicity in the body. And so if you've got a really imbalanced microbiome, you've got lots of bacterial overgrowth, it's actually a really good signal that you've got heavy metals that they're actually trying to clean up. The next one is if you're experiencing signs of mineral depletion. So say you're showing all the magnesium deficiency signs or all the potassium deficiency signs, and you're taking in large amounts of these, and you've really worked on healing and sealing leaky gut so you can absorb these minerals and nutrients, but your body's still showing all of these deficiency symptoms. The truth of the matter is that heavy metals are very nutrient sucking from your body. So if your body is showing these deficiency signs, it's actually very likely that they're just being used up in order to compensate for the metals. Your body will burn through these minerals much faster. Maybe you're taking all the recommended doses, maybe you've increased and you're still seeing these deficiency symptoms. It's a really good signal that there's a lot of heavy metals hanging around in your body. Okay, now this might be an obvious one, is if you've had fillings that are made of that mercury, that silver filling color, then that is a signal that you've got heavy metal toxicity, whether you have it now or you've had it in the past, or maybe even your parents have had it in the past before you were born. Those silver fillings are about 50% mercury, which means that they're literally just leaching into your body kind of 24/7. So you probably have a pretty high mercury load if you've had those fillings or generations before you have had those fillings, because that toxicity does accumulate. So I always recommend people getting these taken out for that reason, but you want to make sure you find a safe practitioner to do it. Literally, I think the abbreviation is SAFE, safe, mercury removal. You want to find a really good holistic biological dentist, ideally, that can remove these mercury fillings safely. And the reason you want to find that certification is because they'll know how to use the right tools and equipment to remove it without causing the mercury to go throughout the whole body, which would cause more problems. If you can't find a good dentist, I don't recommend getting them taken out, because you probably are better off with low amounts of it leaching over time than big accumulations of it that are a result of taking it out poorly. Okay, another sign and signal is that if you detox, if you do heavy metal chelation, or if you are introducing those really healing, detoxing foods, maybe you're doing sauna, maybe you're taking binders, and all of your symptoms just get worse. Like maybe you can't even tolerate certain detox elements that a lot of people around you might be having lots of success with. That's a really good indicator that your heavy metal load is really high, and it just means that your body's having a lot harder of a time getting rid of those metals with these traditional methods. And so you might need a more catered, more gentle approach when it comes to chelation. So tattoos, if you have a tattoo on you, if your parents have had tattoos on them before you were born, that's a signal that you would probably have heavy metals. Tattoos do have heavy metals in them. Most of them. I've heard some rumors that there are some that don't have heavy metals. Honestly, I don't believe it. But also if you've had a history of vaccines or your parents have had a history of vaccines, at this point I feel like everybody has had some vaccines at one point. Maybe this next generation is not, because people are realizing and waking up that they are becoming more of a problem. And you guys, research is coming out about this. So I found this out recently, that poor tolerance for alcohol or medications is a sign of heavy metal toxicity. It's just a signal that your liver is already overburdened, and adding any more stress to it basically sends your symptoms over the top. With this, I will also add any other symptoms of liver congestion. So you can just go ahead and Google what are signs of liver congestion, and you'll probably come up with a lot of them. It includes things like rashes, dark circles under the eyes, fatigue, mood irregularities, PMS symptoms, infertility. There's a whole host of them that we'll talk a little bit more about some of those as we go on. But symptoms and signs of liver congestion can also be a really big indicator of heavy metal toxicity. I did a whole video on how to detox your liver, so if you're interested in that, I will leave it linked below. Okay, then I'll also add that if there are symptoms that you have that kind of come in waves or come in cycles or flare up in certain instances, that's a pretty good indicator that you're experiencing heavy metal toxicity. Again, that's a symptom of a lot of other things as well. That's why I like to take a root cause approach here, but nonetheless, that is pretty common of heavy metals. Next on the list is a metallic taste in the mouth. That one might seem a little bit obvious, but that's also really common in early pregnancy too, and I actually think that has to do with heavy metal toxicity. I'll just leave that at that. Like I said, dark circles under the eyes is a symptom of toxicity of some kind, whether or not it be chemical toxicity, mold toxicity, or heavy metal toxicity. I think oftentimes it is linked at the root of it. All of them often are linked to heavy metal toxicity. Again, conversation for another video. But neurological issues. So this is interesting. Dementia and Alzheimer's have actually been linked to mercury toxicity in the body. So not just memory loss, but tingling and numbness in hands or feet, tremors, muscle twitches or twinges, poor coordination, balance issues, migraines, headaches, visual disturbances, sensitivity to light or sound, tinnitus, like I said, memory loss, mood, brain fog, light sensitivity. A lot of these neurological symptoms are a result of metals impacting the brain. Metals can actually circulate through your blood and influence your whole body. And wherever it decides that it's going to influence, it's going to show up as symptoms. So whether that be your brain, your joints, your skin, that's where you're going to end up seeing the problems. Autism is a symptom of heavy metal toxicity. I know people like to think that it is just a condition, but it is also, in my book, a symptom of what's going on a deeper level, and I always like to get there. I did a video recently on autism and what I think is actually happening in the body of an autistic person, so go ahead and check that out. I'll leave it linked below. But it's really interesting. Your gut microbiome and your toxicity levels play a huge role when it comes to autism. Okay, so really anything revolving skin issues can be associated with heavy metal toxicity. Different skin issues are known from different metals, but rashes, dark spots, jaundice, white spots on the torso, keratosis, cracked heels, even like cracked knuckles can be a sign of heavy metal toxicity. Obviously, dehydration is one of it, but if you're hydrated and you've lotioned up and you just have those chronic cracked skin, that can be a sign of heavy metals. Pink hands and feet can also be a sign of mercury toxicity, which is kind of interesting. Also, lead is associated with a blue line. They call it a lead line on your gum line. It's basically where there's kind of like this faint bluish twinge to your gums, right where the gum hits the tooth, like on that line. You'll know if you have it. It's something I did not know about. Fertility issues. So fertility can be really impaired by heavy metal toxicity, and this is something nobody's talking about from what I see on the internet. It can reduce sperm count, cause miscarriage, and actually even induce preterm birth. So that's kind of crazy to think about, but actually even when a baby is being conceived, heavy metals in semen can kill off sperm. And so we forget that any type of way that anything's leaving your body is a detox pathway. And so semen is literally a detox pathway. If you've got a lot of toxicity in the body, then it's going to come out, whether it's your poop, your pee, your semen, your sweat. That's where toxins are trying to make their way out. Your body's amazing. It'll do exactly what it needs to do when it needs to do it. If you're showing symptoms of depleted glutathione, so if you have a lot of pain throughout the body, if your immune system's really low, there's a lot of benefits that glutathione has throughout the entire body. It's a really good antioxidant that your body makes. If you're showing signs of glutathione depletion, that very well could be linked to heavy metal toxicity. And the last one that I'll mention is that if you hit a plateau in your healing, like nothing you do to improve your diet is making changes anymore. You've sort of just hit this plateau. You got some improvements from food, but now the improvement's kind of halted and you're still left with these chronic symptoms, even though it seems like you're doing everything right, this is when I would really think about heavy metal chelation. I think it's so many people's missing link. It was for me. It was for my husband. I think it's honestly a huge reason why people can't fully reach to recovery, or why sometimes things get so prolonged, is because your body is busy detoxing these metals. And we can do the best things with our diet. We can rebalance our microbiome, but if we're not actually getting these things out of our body's still going to have to compensate for it. So pathogens are going to overgrow, and it's still going to be damaging our cells, which can be really problematic on a lot of levels. But in terms of like cellular health, heavy metals are a huge culprit. This is why I created my Whole Health Blueprint coaching program. If you're interested in a 6-month step-by-step process where I take you through healing your gut, detoxing your body, getting rid of those heavy metals, and regulating your nervous system, I built out this blueprint to kind of be a one-stop shop with all the resources that you need to actually get started and finish healing. This program is designed to be high touch, so you're going to get lots of face-to-face time with me. I'm going to help you navigate every single little twist and turn that you experience, and we're going to do it together in community. There's a private community that's available for 24/7 access for questions, resources, and everything you would need. So if that sounds interesting to you, the application is linked below and you can go ahead and check that out. Okay, so what do you do if you feel like you might have heavy metal toxicity? If you feel like this is like the missing block besides going and applying for the Whole Health Blueprint, is that you want to do 3 things. First, you want to make sure that you've got an abundance of minerals, because as we know, we get depleted in minerals when our body is detoxing. And in order to really effectively detox, we need really good mineral stores. A robust mineral store is going to help you to chelate all on its own. It's going to help your body do the work that it needs to do. So minerals. Salt is great, but you also might want to consider adding in some cell salts, some mineral drops into your water. Meat stock is a great source of minerals. Juice is also a great source of minerals. Milk, quite frankly, is a great source of minerals. Eating a mineral-rich diet is going to be really important. Okay, got a little friend here. The second thing you're going to do is a liver cleanse. The best thing you can do for a liver cleanse, and you'll see in the video that I have linked below about it, is a coffee enema. Coffee enemas do an amazing job at cleansing and detoxing your liver from heavy metals. Your liver is like your body's sieve, like your sink strainer. If it gets clogged up with metals, it's going to start to store them there, and then your body's going to have to compensate for these metals in other areas of the body, like your fat tissue, more pathogens. It's going to become a problem, and that's probably at the root of a lot of the other symptoms you're experiencing. So if you can cleanse your liver, there's a lot of things you can do to cleanse your liver. I talk about a lot of them in that video. However, a coffee enema is the easiest, least expensive. I'm not influencing you at all, besides just go buy a kit and spend a couple hours on a Saturday morning doing a coffee enema. You will thank me later. If you do them regularly, you're going to start to notice feeling better and better and better after doing them. They're amazing, and they've helped me and my family so much. But they do help to rid the body of heavy metals. So that's number 2. And number 3 is targeted chelation. So doing a chelation strategy with a practitioner that knows what they're doing, that isn't going to overdose you on chelators, that isn't going to do IV chelation or large random amounts of alpha lipoic acid or activated charcoal, spirulina, chlorella, all of those really good binders, but not so good chelators. We want chelators, so substances that actually bind to metals and fully enclose them. Chelators are substances that fully bind to a metal and effectively eliminate them from the body. So they're not just picking them up and putting them down anywhere. They're not just picking them up for a certain period of time. I think the most effective ones, pick them up and eliminate them from your body effectively. So you want to make sure that you're using really good, effective chelators, safe ones, and that you're using a protocol that is safe and gentle. So if you got any value out of this video, like the video and subscribe to my channel for more root cause gut health related content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.